Hey guys, what's up? Marc-e-b here. Welcome to another episode of Marc-e-b's Gaming Sea. Now, this week we have finally got to the release of Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, and well, what can I say about it? It's just a sheer masterpiece. It's just absolutely outstanding. I can't really rave more about the game. I probably won't be doing a game review of it. It's an absolutely massive game, and I don't think I'm quite there yet in terms of being able to review such big kind of works of art. I know there's 100+ hours of gameplay involved in that. I'm just really looking forward to just smashing through the whole thing and getting that final piece of the puzzle, really. In recent news over the last couple of days, Hideo has come out and released a video on YouTube. I'm going to link it down below for you guys to check out if you haven't already done so. It's kind of a last farewell, a thank you to the fans, a bit of interviews with some of the characters, Troy Baker and some other people, some of the game designers and stuff, and it's really a farewell to Hideo from Konami, and it's an emotional watch. It's a really good watch if you're remotely, kind of involved with these Metal Gear Solid games or any of Kojima's work. Then it's definitely worth checking out just to kind of see his final last bits of that final project. And I think in a way, I mean, it kind of looks like it's set up by Kojima to do, but then there's this really awkward, Konami fucking logo right at the end of it, and there's a Konami banner in the top left, and I can't help but feel that this is kind of Konami's doing to try and, as if to almost try and patch things up with the fans, as if to say, look, we've made this lovely video for you, we've done this, fucking Konami banner that comes up at the end, and I don't know why they've done that. I mean, they will probably have pretty hefty sales of their fifth Metal Gear Solid game. I'm sure it's going to go through the roof and more than cover the costs that Mr. Kojima used to make that game. But I mean, none of that is because people like the company. I mean, that's all been from the fans to, see this last kind of piece of the puzzle, this last game in the franchise. I'm really glad Kojima has stayed with it from start to finish. This guy has been working on the Metal Gear Solid franchise for 28 years. Now, if that doesn't show dedication to a particular franchise or a cause, then I don't know what has. I can't fault a single game that he's made. I honestly couldn't pick holes in it. I think they've been their own individual works of art, and they've each deviated from the previous, whether it's the style of gameplay or how you would actually go about playing that game. They've all been very different, but the one thing that has been consistent throughout it is his storytelling, his cinematic direction to how he plays the cutscenes out and how you interact with the game itself. It's just it's just something you can't really fault. So it's an emotional watch to watch this video, kind of Kojima saying goodbye to the fans. And the one thing that I find most saddening about the end of it is that he apologizes at the end of the video for taking so long making the Phantom Pain, but I don't think he should be apologizing to fans for that. I don't think he should feel like he's done anyone a disservice. I mean, if you've picked up the game already, and if you've even played 1 or 2 missions of it, like, that is the quality. This is the time it takes to make these kind of games, and I've got a feeling we're also going to see it as well when Fallout 4 comes out this November. But yeah, I like the game. The game is faultless. What Kojima is going to be up to next will be very interesting to see. Now, he is still in contract with Konami until the multiplayer releases, which I believe is at the end of October or mid-October, so we still won't hear a word out from him of what he truly feels about Konami until then. But after that, he's going to have free reign. It will be really interesting to see whether he'll just come out and just spill the beans as to why he left Konami, what he really thinks about them. But I don't think he'll do that. He seems like a professional. I think he'll be very professional in the way that he leaves the company. Even though I know they say don't burn your bridges, and Konami definitely doesn't seem like a company that he would ever go back to. Although I think at the same time, I don't think it's a company that he would personally come out and be bashful against and slanderous against. So we'll just have to wait and see. Again, I mean, are we going to see another game IP? Is he going to even want to work on another project? We got to remember, this is a guy that's in his 50s now. He's dedicated 30 years of his life's work. I mean, that is a whole career, you know, for people in terms of them working throughout their life. Like, is he going to hang his boots up and say, you know what, I think I'm done with gaming? Does he want to have like one last kind of crack at a truly artful game, something that maybe he wish he could do, the PT game? Does he want to have a crack at the horror franchise and maybe see if he can make something truly horrifying there? I mean, he's made something action packed and just sheer brilliant in kind of political terms and action terms with the Metal Gear Solid series. Can he do that exact same thing with a horror genre? Really interesting to see. Do you know what I would love to see? And I wouldn't mind if the guy took, you know, like a 5-year hiatus to do something like write an autobiography. I think for him to maybe do a personal autobiography of his game development career, like the challenges that he faced, and to finally end it on that kind of fallout between him and Konami, or whether it was a fallout at all, I think that would sell in the millions, and it would definitely be something that I'd be so interested to read about, as well as a big fan of gaming for almost kind of the same amount of time, really. It's quite scary to think about that. So, I mean, if I could really give a personal message to Hideo for everything that he's really gone through over the last 30 years, for the impact that he's made on gaming as a whole, for, you know, for the years of life work that he's put into such a prominent and such an awe-inspiring franchise. It would be just domo arigato, Kojima-san. I think you know, you've earned a rest. I think I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't hear from you for maybe a few years, if you were going to take some time out to think about really what your next phases would be. I know you are going to have companies and publishers throwing themselves at you probably for work to come on with them. There's already been fanboy talk about, you know, them wanting Kojima to sign up with Sony, or for the fact that he should go to Microsoft. I think that's absolutely ridiculous. I think we should wait and see what he's going to do next. So I think there's going to be some good, exciting times ahead, and he should be hopefully a great inspiration for the upcoming, you know, games developers of the generations, to really show you how you can make such a good franchise. Who'd have thought, like, out of a company like Konami, a AAA masterpiece, you know, a 10 out of 10, a flawless game. I'm not going to say a perfect game, because I know how that pisses people off. You can't have a perfect game, there's no such thing. No, of course you can't have a perfect game. You can have a flawless game, and I think that is it. You know, Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain was his encore to the fans, and I can see that he's put all of his blood, sweat and tears into that. Konami, you're going to struggle now, guys. I know you've got your Pinchenko machines and whatever they are, and your gambling machines and everything, so you're by no means going to be a company going out of business. But holy hell, if you think that gamers are going to be sticking with you for gaming at all, like even on mobile side, like you're probably gonna have quite a shock now, because that's it. Metal Gear Solid 5, we've cut it off at the rot now. We bought that game for one person and one person only, and that was, you know, to see off the franchise with him. So yeah, fuck y'all. Hope you enjoy the video, guys. Drop some comments. Let me know if you enjoy Metal Gear Solid. Let me know what you think about the game. Is it lived up to your expectations? Are you happy that it's kind of ended on this kind of high? I definitely can. It's going to be an emotional one. I haven't completed it yet, but I'm sure that final cutscene is going to be bring a tear to the eye, I'm sure. So yeah, please remember to subscribe if you're enjoying the content, guys, and I will catch you on the next show.